Let's talk about the custom home market here in northern Colorado. This will be for data for 5,000 square feet homes that have sold in the last 5 years. And I'm going to show you a few slides here that'll give you the picture of that. And then I'm also going to review with you some data that's specific to Indian Peaks. So the first graph I'm showing you is new listings. And what we can see here is what we've heard in the national news, which is the inventory is rising. So here's the number of new listings in the peak months, which I've highlighted down here in these tags. And those have gone from near 500 new listings a month at the peak month in June here of 2022 up to May and this year, which is near 700 new listings in this size category. So it means, and that's the same with the trough. So we know that the number of new custom homes is increasing. Now, how are they selling? Here's the custom homes that are actually for sale. And the question is this inventory rising or falling? And so you can see it's clearly rising from about 800 homes on the market in 2022 to near 1,700 homes on the market here in 2025. So new listings is above. There's more people listing their homes, and fewer are selling, so the total inventory is rising. Now, I do want to caution, though, one of the great things that's happened recently is the stock market has gone up, and those that buy in this category of home typically have stock portfolios that have fared very well, and as a result, the custom home sales are actually doing better as a category than just single-family homes or townhomes. I've jumped ahead. Here, let's go to days on market, and let's talk about how long is it taking to sell a home. Historically, custom homes have taken 90 to 100 days to sell. Recently, it's been down, especially during the COVID years. That came down, but now it's returning to historical norms. But the take home on this slide is that there is a difference, seasonality to when to list a home. If your home is sold during the January-February timeframe, you can expect it to take a lot longer, here on average 50 to 70 days, than if you sell your home in the spring, and that's putting it on the market in April or March, April, May, to sell in April, May, June. So these are close dates. So these homes were put under contract and also listed in the prior 3 months. So this kind of confirms the best time to put a custom home on the market, probably if you want to sell it fast, is probably in the March, April, May time frame. But I would recommend, starting to really think about it, putting a house on the market February, March. Now, let's talk about how many showings does it take. The number of buyers buying has generally gone down, but the number of showings until a home goes under contract has also decreased a little bit, from a peak of 14 down to about 10 to 11. So that's good news, because with fewer buyers, you'd like to know that it's going to take fewer showings to get a home sold. And finally, let's talk about prices. The median sales price in the top graph shows that the peak prices are relatively stable, and that there's really no seasonal trend to what homes are selling for. But what I see is while the peak prices are kind of stable, on the top arrow, the bottom arrow of the trough prices is climbing. And that could be good, or it could mean that just more expensive homes have been selling in the recent couple of years. So let's look down here at price per square foot, which shows that, well, peak prices are coming down about 5%, but the trough prices have been going up, and this is dollars per square foot. So it corroborates the story that says, hey, values of custom homes have been pushing higher. So with that, let's take a look at Indian Peaks specifically, and take a look at the custom homes history in Indian Peaks. And I've got a bar graph that shows it by year. And at the top, we see what the average sales price has been for Indian Peaks custom homes. And again, these are homes that are typically 5,000 square feet and larger. And what we're seeing, though, is while the price seems to be fairly stable, the dollar per square foot is gone up nicely. So custom homes have recovered in terms of their value. Single family homes, their trend is about neutral. They reached a peak during 2022 when all other homes really reached a peak, when our market was crazy and high, and then it consolidated and has been level. But here we see the price per square foot declining. So there's greater pressure on lower priced homes because those are more impacted by mortgage rates, which have a downward pressure on pricing. And then finally for townhomes, the price appears to have started to really decline on townhomes. But what's happened is you can see that the dollars per square foot is maintaining here. And what that really means is that just more smaller homes happen to have sold in the recent years, and it looks like the prices are declining, but they're just smaller homes that sell at lower prices. So that's the update on the market. I hope that helps you a lot, and I look forward to the next time we talk.